Joshua was a fun-loving kid, never met a stranger. He was always very loving and very approachable and loved to always have fun, loved to play, but always loved to see other people happy. He was always very, very excitable, and he always, enjoyed life for the time that he was here. His 5.5 years. I can really say he lived those 5.5 years to the fullest.
And he always loved to videotape, loved to sing. He was always singing in the church Easter programs at school. He was just a joy to be around. He touched everyone that he came in contact with.
When we first heard about his diagnosis, we were on a family day trip to the Birmingham, going towards Birmingham, Alabama, to the National Civil Rights Museum. And during that trip, Joshua started having neck pain, experiencing a lot of neck pain and nausea and vomiting. And so we went, kind of discontinued our route to Birmingham and went to Anniston, Alabama. And from there at the medical center, he was diagnosed after receiving a CAT scan.
It was unbelief. I could not believe it. I kept saying to the doctor, he's gonna have chemo and radiation, and it's gonna, shrink the tumor, and then y'all going to remove it. He said, no ma'am. He said, this type of brain tumor is gonna take your faith.
Very good. You want to sing your special Into Chemo song?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Our patients have the sweetest SMILE. Our patients have the biggest HEARTs. Oh, we love to see you every day. But now it's time we get to say, pack your bags, get out the door. You don't get chemo anymore.
Children diagnosed with DIPG, they typically pass away within a year of diagnosis. And it's cruel in the way that brain tumor takes those children's lives. One day they're running around playing, and then all of a sudden, they're off balance. Their speech is slurred. And Joshua, we were blessed that Joshua didn't really get down until the last 2 months of his diagnosis, where he couldn't walk. He lost his ability to talk. He controlled his bodily functions. And we was on steroids all the time. And we preferred to remember him how he was before he was, really down from having DIPG.
With his physical appearance and with his inability to communicate with us as well. He wanted to communicate, and we could see it in his eyes, but he could no longer speak. As Labrina mentioned, his bodily functions, his inability to control his own movements, his motor skills, all of that diminished to zero.
Now Joshua, he was diagnosed in 2008 with the DIPG, and he went through chemo and radiation at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And when he was diagnosed, we had no idea that so many children are diagnosed and die from cancer. So we found purpose through the pain by forming Joshua's Wish, so that no other families can have to go through what we went through. Even though you may see us smiling and, our hearts are still breaking from the loss of Joshua. And Joshua's Wish helps us help others, because we were in in the fight. We're still in the fight.
Oh, yes.
And we just want to make a difference.
Every day is it's a different battle. It's hard some days. Some days are harder than others. But we know that once again through our faith and knowing that we're actually doing something worthwhile and we're actually see it's a tangible benefit that we're providing to others. It helps. It helps each day for us to keep going. Never quit. Never stop. Never surrender.
No, this is